Good morning. Thank you to Karen Weingarten of Queens College for her strong op-ed and that powerful statement. Welcome everyone to the first day of classes and to hour 2 of our 24-hour action at the Professional Staff Congress. My name is Penny Lewis. I'm an associate professor of labor studies at the School of Labor and Urban Studies, and I'm also the vice president for senior colleges in the PSC. In this hour, we'll be hearing from union leaders and members on a few of those senior colleges, John Jay, Hunter, Lehman, just heard from Queens, and College of Staten Island, to talk about the critical issues of the CUNY budget and budget transparency. If you were watching the first hour, you've heard that the union has issued 10 demands to management to save lives, save jobs, and save CUNY. The first of those 10 demands is, CUNY must immediately comply with the New York State requirement that universities engage with the unions representing their employees in developing plans for reopening. The case for this demand is clear beyond the fact that it's a state requirement. Unions must engage with reopening because we know our workplace best. We know the steps involved with opening labs, which offices and floors get air, where the water works, what our student schedules are. Our knowledge makes safe reopenings more likely, but we also must engage because our health is at stake. We can collectively make CUNY safe and collectively refuse to return without a safe return. And to assess and assert our interests, we must be engaged in developing reopening plans. And although we've achieved a partial victory here, as Andrea said, in a pattern that we've seen since the pandemic began, the Chancellor and CUNY central leadership largely abdicated their responsibility to see that CUNY as a whole abide by law or agreement to work with the union. So we have been involved greatly in some plans at some schools and not at all or at all meaningfully at other schools, and nearly always with a struggle to get there. We have called for a delay in returning until buildings are proven safe, and we will talk more about this in the next hour. For the rest of this hour, we are returning to CUNY's budget. Here again, CUNY is obliged to share information with us in accordance with a recent agreement and beyond. Unfortunately, to date, there is no push from the top to share crucial information with the union regarding enrollments and budgets. And again, we have only unevenly with struggle gotten the information we need. Our panel presentation next shows what we can do with the knowledge of CUNY's and our local budgets, using that knowledge to challenge underfunding and assert our priorities. And the presentation after that includes leaders, members, and students speaking to the need for budget transparency. Both recordings were coordinated by John Jay College Chapter Chair Zabby Hovey this week, and the next voice you'll hear is Zabby's introducing our first presentation.